Welcome to Deep Dive Dialogues, the podcast where robots explore human ideas. Brought to you by Psych at Work magazine, where we take curiosity and turn it into something worth sharing. Let's plug in, power up, and get started.
Welcome to another deep dive, everybody. So we all hear about how college is supposed to be like the best 4 years of your life. But sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, especially when it comes to feeling confident, Like, am I doing this whole college thing right?
Oh, yeah. That transition is definitely a roller coaster for a lot of people.
Totally. And that's why I'm super excited about what we're diving into today. It's like this awesome crash course in college confidence. And get this, it's from Psych at Work magazine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They have a special series called the College Self-Confidence series, and it's by Cody Thomas Rounds, who's a clinical psychologist. But honestly, it doesn't read like, some stuffy textbook or anything.
That's great. I was really impressed by how approachable it was. He structured it in these mini guides, almost like a choose-your-own-adventure for building self-esteem in college.
I love that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into it. What is this series all about? Like, what's the main goal here?
Well, the main idea is that college is way more than just academics. It's about personal growth, building relationships, and figuring out who you want to be in the world.
Right.
And having good self-confidence is kind of the key to actually, enjoying those experiences.
So it's like if you feel good about yourself, you're more likely to, put yourself out there more.
Yeah.
Try new things.
Exactly. And the series even gets into the psychology of it all, talking about how self-esteem isn't just this fluffy concept. It actually impacts how you learn, how you handle stress, even your resilience.
That makes sense. I remember feeling so intimidated my freshman year. Oh my gosh. I wish I'd had something like this.
Yeah, I can imagine. What's great about this series is that it gives you concrete strategies. It breaks confidence building down into smaller steps, starting with understanding the difference between self-esteem and self-confidence.
Wait, there's a difference?
So self-esteem is more of a general sense of self-worth.
Okay.
And then self-confidence is about believing in your abilities in specific situations.
Oh, I get it. So if you're, say, totally freaked out about public speaking, you could focus on building your confidence just in that area.
Exactly. And there are a bunch of techniques for that. The series talks about the importance of preparation, visualization, even power posing.
Power posing, really. I feel like I just look totally ridiculous doing that.
Well, the series actually references research showing that even if you don't feel confident, just standing in a powerful posture can change your hormone levels.
What? True.
It's true. It can make you feel more confident and less stressed.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what other areas does the series cover besides public speaking?
Let's see. It covers academic performance, of course, social life, and even personal style.
Personal style. Wait, hold on. I thought we were talking about self-confidence, not fashion tips.
I know, right? It's surprising. But the series makes this really interesting connection between how you dress and how you feel. It argues that expressing yourself through your clothes can actually boost your confidence.
Huh. I can see that. There's something about wearing an outfit you love that just makes you feel good. But how does the series go beyond just general advice on clothes?
Well, it gets into the psychology of clothing choices. It suggests that what you wear sends signals to yourself and others about, who you are and how you want to be seen.
Interesting.
So it's like you're dressing for the role you want to play, and that can make you feel more confident in that role.
Oh, that's fascinating. So it's not just about looking good. It's about using your style to feel more confident.
You got it. And the series gives specific tips for different scenarios. If you're going on a job interview, it suggests dressing in a way that makes you feel both powerful and authentic.
Okay, I love that. So we've got academics, presentations, social stuff, even style. Is there anything else?
Well, remember how we were talking about self-esteem being linked to stress management and resilience?
Yeah, that was like a total light bulb moment for me.
For me too. Well, the series has a whole section on something it calls gentle wellness routines.
Gentle wellness routines. Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
They're basically small, consistent things you can do for self-care, things that kind of nurture your inner world, like spending time in nature, practicing mindfulness, journaling, or doing something creative.
So basically, taking care of your mental and emotional health helps boost your confidence too.
Exactly. And get this, the series actually highlights research showing that these practices can physically change your brain. They help you become more resilient and positive. It's like building inner strength.
Wow. So instead of forcing yourself to feel confident, you can actually, like, change your brain.
Yeah, it's not about denying your feelings. It's about making space for self-compassion and self-belief. And that becomes genuine confidence.
I love that. This could be huge, especially during the college years, which could be so stressful.
For sure.
Okay, so we've covered academics, social life, personal style, and these really cool wellness routines. What else stands out to you about this series?
I think one thing that really impressed me was that the author is all about personalized solutions. He seems to understand that everyone's journey to confidence is different, so he offers guidance for like different stages of college and career goals.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like having a personal confidence coach right in your pocket.
Exactly. And he gives examples too. Like, let's say you're a freshman and you're like terrified of the social scene.
Oh, yeah. Been there.
Right. So the series will guide you on like starting conversations, finding your group, dealing with social anxiety, all that. But then if you're a senior getting ready for job interviews, it shifts gears completely and helps you build confidence for those situations.
Wow, that's amazing. Like a roadmap that changes with you.
Exactly. And it goes even further with a section on tailored journeys for every stage of self-discovery.
Okay, that sounds intense.
It is. It encourages you to like really dig deep and figure out your own values, strengths, and what you really want out of life so you can build confidence that's totally you.
I love that. This is already so fascinating. We've barely scratched the surface. But before we go any further, there's one more thing I just have to point out.
Okay, I'm all ears. What is it?
It's how the series talks about imposter syndrome. You know, that feeling like you're not good enough and everyone's going to figure out you're a fraud.
Oh, imposter syndrome, yeah. It's like the worst, right?
So bad. I remember feeling like I was always playing catch up in college, like everyone else had it all figured out except me.
I feel that. The series actually explains that it often comes from like perfectionism and being scared of failing and maybe downplaying what you've actually achieved.
It's like that voice in your head saying you're not worthy or capable, even when you, like, know you are.
Totally. And it gives you ways to fight those thoughts. One that I thought was cool was the idea of keeping a success journal.
A success journal, what's that?
So basically, it's a journal where you write down all your achievements, big or small. It could be like acing a test or giving a good presentation or even just, getting out of bed on a hard day.
I love that idea. It's like a little reminder of all the things you've done, which is so helpful when you start feeling like an imposter.
Yeah, it's about focusing on what you have done instead of what you haven't.
Right.
Yeah.
And that makes you see yourself in a better light.
Exactly.
This is awesome. And it really goes back to that idea from the series about like being kind to yourself and celebrating your wins, even the small ones.
Oh, absolutely. Confidence isn't about being perfect all the time. It's about, accepting that you're not perfect, learning from mistakes, and giving yourself credit for what you do accomplish.
That's so important, especially for college students. There's so much pressure to achieve all the time that it's easy to forget to, like, celebrate the journey.
It's so true. And the series reminds us that comparing yourself to others can steal your joy. You've got to focus on your own growth, not what everyone else is doing.
That's good advice. Speaking of growth, I want to hear more about the tailored journeys section for self-discovery. It seems like more than just, like, basic confidence tips.
Oh, yeah, it totally is. The series actually suggests working with someone like a mentor, therapist, or a close friend to really figure out your values, what you're passionate about, and your goals.
So it's like getting to know yourself on a deeper level and using that to build real confidence.
Exactly. And it gives you questions and exercises to help you through it, like a personal roadmap for, figuring yourself out.
This is so cool. I love how it's all about building confidence from the inside out, not just faking it.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that it connects that inner work to being successful in the outer world.
What do you mean?
Well, it argues that when you have a strong sense of self, you're more likely to set good boundaries, really go after your goals, and handle challenges better.
That makes sense. It's like that saying, confidence isn't, they will like me, it's, I'll be fine if they don't.
I love that. It's exactly what the series is all about. It's about knowing your worth, even if other people don't get it.
And that kind of confidence is so attractive, it lets you be yourself without needing anyone else's approval.
Totally. It's about being okay with your quirks, celebrating what you're good at, and owning your story. And when you do that, people are naturally drawn to you.
That's awesome. Okay, as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to ask our listeners something.
Okay, shoot.
We've talked about a lot today, like the psychology of confidence and ways to boost it. But thinking about your college experience, where would you like to feel more confident?
Yeah, think about it. Maybe it's speaking up in class, joining a club, trying a new style, or just, feeling good in your own skin.
And once you figured that out, what's one tiny step you could take today to start building that confidence?
It doesn't have to be anything huge. It could be practicing a presentation, giving yourself a compliment for something you did well, or even just trying out a different way to study.
The important thing is to start small, keep going, and celebrate your progress.
Exactly. And as you see those little wins, your confidence will grow naturally.
Yeah.
And that will help you take on bigger challenges and create the college experience you really want.
This has been so insightful, and I hope it's given you guys some helpful tools and ideas for your own lives. But we're not done yet.
There's one more part to this deep dive, and we got some even more interesting things to share.
So stick around, because we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We're in the home stretch now. This last part of our deep dive is, I think, where things get really, really interesting.
I agree. It's all about, connecting that inner work we were just talking about to that outer confidence that, you project to the world.
Yeah. Remind me, which part of the series really made that click for you?
It was the section called Beyond the Mirror, the Authentic Confidence Advantage. It's where Cody Thomas Rounds talks about how confidence isn't about pretending.
Right. You're not trying to fool everyone else into thinking you have it all together.
Exactly. It's more about actually believing in yourself. And the series gives you tons of ways to do that, mindfulness exercises, journaling prompts, that sort of thing.
See, this is why I like this series so much. It's not just like vague advice. It gives you actual tools you can use.
Totally. It's about training your brain to focus on your strengths instead of your weaknesses. And get this, the series uses, real neuroscience research to back it all up.
Wait, what? So it's scientifically proven that these practices can actually change your brain?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Studies have shown that things like mindfulness and positive self-talk can strengthen those neural pathways in your brain that are connected to self-compassion and resilience. And they can weaken the ones linked to self-criticism.
So it's not just some, self-help mumbo-jumbo. There's actual science to it.
For sure. And that's what makes this so cool. It means you're not stuck with your negative thoughts. You can actually train yourself to be more confident.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Okay, let's say someone listening right now is struggling with confidence. What's one thing they can try today based on this series?
I'd say start with mindfulness. Even just 5 minutes a day of focusing on your breath can make a difference. It helps you become more aware of your thoughts and start changing those negative patterns.
You know what? I'm going to try that too. I get so busy sometimes that I forget to just, breathe.
I know, right? College can be crazy. But the series really stresses that even small, consistent things can make a huge difference in how you feel.
Yeah, there's that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. You have to take care of yourself first if you want to have real confidence. And that looks different for everyone. Maybe that's a nature walk, or listening to music, or hanging out with people you love.
It's about finding what works for you and sticking with it.
Right. And when you make that inner work a priority, things start to change. You start to project this different kind of confidence, not arrogance, but a quiet sort of knowing your worth.
It's like that inner confidence just starts to shine through.
Exactly. And people notice it. It makes you more magnetic, more authentic.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you guys with one last thought. True confidence doesn't come from outside of you. It comes from within.
You can't buy it or fake it. It comes from loving yourself, accepting yourself, and believing in what you can do.
And the best part, that kind of confidence is there for all of us, no matter who you are or what you've been through.
It's a journey, not a destination. So just be patient, celebrate your wins, and keep nurturing that inner spark.
Because when you do that, the world sees it. And even more importantly, you start to see yourself in a whole new way.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to Deep Dive Dialogues. Explore more at Psych at Work magazine. Click the link in the description.